Bullets fired in an area of downtown Winston-Salem you're probably familiar with. Police are questioning several witnesses to get to the bottom of a Friday 5 p.m. shooting outside of a restaurant connected to the Bryce A. Stewart Municipal Building. They told Fox 8's Daryl Matthews it's still on their minds tonight, and they will not let crime win.
The municipal building closes at 5. That's just 30 minutes before that shooting. Just from 5:15 to 6, I counted 34 people walking around the area and tons of cars driving by. It goes to show you just how many people, possibly more on Friday, could have been hit by those bullets. Some of the people that I spoke to off camera say it's a miracle no one was hurt at that busy time. Winston-Salem police say a heated argument outside the Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse led to one person pulling out a gun, firing shots, and a 17-year-old running for cover. When they got to the scene, they found several shell casings throughout the alleyway connecting the restaurant, a hotel, and the Bryce A. Stewart Municipal Building. Police say 2 bullets did hit the building, but it was closed at the time. Business owners in the area say they won't let the city they love become overrun by violence.
I know how much hard work has been put in it for all of our businesses to make this a safe place. And to see it backstep any, it's disheartening to see that happening, but I know a lot of us aren't going to give that up.
Yeah, Stewart says he and some business owners help with community programs. It's their way of lending a hand in the city. Investigators did not release the name of that 17-year-old victim or the reason behind the argument. They did say that victim did know the shooter and the shooting was isolated. In Winston-Salem, Daryl Matthews, Fox 8 News.
Do you have low back pain? Does your low back pain get worse with it?
I guess racism caused this too, huh? The systemic ills of the oppression caused these two, and this, don't go and get tears in your eyes now, to send a little baby out there up and down the strip, Myrtle Beach, prostituting. That's supposed to go unchecked in the community? Y'all crazy. Hold on 1 second. What's going on, man? Hold on, let's get a look at these clowns right here.
People stood and charged 3 people in connection to a human trafficking case here in Myrtle Beach. WNBF's Ian Klein joins us across from the hotel where state investigators say that trafficking took place.
According to the arrest warrants we were able to obtain, the incident had actually occurred around mid-September right here at the Comfort Suites Hotel off of Frontage Road East near Highway 501 in Myrtle Beach. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division says 33-year-old Kwame Vereen, 37-year-old LaShawn Lanson, and 24-year-old Brittany Rutledge Jackson were arrested on Thursday, each charged with trafficking people under the age of 18. Lanson and Vereen are also each charged with first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Jackson is accused of recruiting a victim knowing they'd be used for sex trafficking. Warrants state that Lanson and Vereen then sexually assaulted the victim. SLED Chief Mark Keel says in a statement, SLED agents, along with our law enforcement and community partners who make the SC Human Trafficking Task Force, are committed to finding those responsible for exploiting vulnerable individuals to ensure justice is served for those survivors.
No police around for that, huh? Y'all crazy as hell. Oh, don't worry. I got plenty for you. I got plenty to show you. See what the hell going on out here. I'm coming back to that. I wish my cousin brought his silly ass over here. I would have had my stuff loaded up and ready. But don't you worry, I got it. What's going on? Oh no, I don't want to show this one. I don't want to show that one just yet. I want to show that one just yet. That's the one I'm gonna end on. That one just too much. I don't want to show that one just yet. I want to show this guy again because I just can't believe this guy. Now, this guy's a dangerous, weird guy right here. I wonder if it's not getting talked about a lot more. Some of you good, YouTube.
A triad nurse faces murder charges tonight. Investigators say he went rogue, killing some of his patients. Good evening, I'm Julie Luck.
And I'm Ben Briscoe. Deputies arrested 47-year-old Jonathan Hayes this morning. They say he administered lethal doses of insulin to 3 women back in January. 2 died, a 3rd survived.
Tonight, we dig deeper into the story by asking several questions. What happened? How are medical professionals reacting? How often does this happen? And how you can make sure it doesn't happen to you.
We'll dig into all 4 questions tonight. First, a closer look at the details. WFMO News 2's Grace Holland got a look at the arrest warrant and learned more about one of the victims.
We do know that Jonathan Hayes is in the Forsyth County Detention Center tonight. The website says he is expected in court tomorrow. We are also learning new details about Gwen Crawford, one of 2 women the district attorney says Hayes killed with a lethal dose of insulin. Crawford's daughter says the 61-year-old underwent open heart surgery in December of 2021 at Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, adding that she had just moved to the area from Birmingham, Alabama to receive better medical care.
Look at that. Devastated this family. And that's scary, man. You know, you go to the hospital and you think you're going to do some shit like that.
Care. Let's take a look at the timeline investigators have put together so far. On December 1st, 2021, police say Pamela Little got a nearly fatal dose of insulin but survived. On January 5th, Gwen Crawford was given a lethal dose of insulin. She died on January 8th. On January 22nd, 62-year-old Vicky Lingerfeld also got a lethal dose of insulin. She died on January 27th. Wake Forest Baptist did an internal investigation after these incidents over the next several weeks. On March 21st, the hospital notified Winston-Salem police about Hayes. He was fired later that month. It's unclear whether he was suspended during the investigation or was still working during that time. That investigation continued until today, when Hayes was charged with 2 counts of murder and 1 count of attempted murder. The district attorney believes the nurse killed his patients on purpose and not accidentally.
What upsets me about these kind of cases is that we have a particularly vulnerable victim. And that's what disturbs me. I know from talking with the investigators, that's what upsets them the most. We are here to protect everyone in this community.
There's still a few details we're working to learn more about in this case. Investigators have not said what a possible motive may have been in this case or how long Hayes had worked at the hospital.
Damn. Buddy pumping insulin in people on purpose. That's scary. Damn, who is that? Dr. Kevorkian or some crazy nut job. You gotta be all the way nut job to be wasting your time on that kind of crap. Amazing. That's crazy. Let's see what's going on here. Badass kids. Look at these kids. What happened if on a rock through?
I'm Gordon Freeze, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to serve my clients. My experience here in Jefferson County makes me the best choice to be the next judge of the 317th District Court.
Gordon Freeze for judge of the 317th District Court.
And developing tonight, a man is recovering in the hospital from a stab wound. Police say that he was stabbed multiple times by a teen in Port Arthur last night. The 15-year-old is...
There you go, Texas. Okay. Port Arthur. Okay. Shit, somebody coming to Houston to talk that shit. For what? So I can end up like the rest of them damn animal thugs?
Is charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Now, Port Arthur police found the 43-year-old victim in the 3200 block of 13th Street around 11 at night. He was taken to St. Elizabeth and has since been treated and released. Chief Timothy DeRiso tells 12 News this started as a domestic dispute. The 15-year-old was taken to the Minnie Rogers Juvenile Facility.
Okay. No police around for no badass kids. Stab you in the back of the damn neck with a damn knife. And these kids is all about gone. No respect, no morals, no discipline. If they won't listen to the teacher, won't listen to anybody like at the school, what make you think they're gonna listen to somebody, a stranger they just run into? And you wonder why people don't want us around. Well, that's you people. People want me around. They want my child around. My child was raised right and is getting raised right.
String of crimes.
Hold up.
Kenosha's couple found themselves caught in the middle of a string of crimes, spotting their own car being driven by a suspect on the loose. KTRE's Mariela Gonzalez has the bizarre story tonight.
What suspect? Can you tell us? He saw his stolen truck in the parking lot. The brazenness. I wonder who was this brazen. Can you please give us a description?
Supposed to be a normal grocery shopping trip turned out to be a series of events for one Nacogdoches couple.
We walked outside and I saw a truck that looked like mine, and jokingly I said, "Hey, look, hon, someone took my 4Runner."
Paul Hubbard says it was his stickers on the back of the vehicle that confirmed it was his. Hubbard said he approached the vehicle and saw a person sitting in the driver's seat.
I tried to open the door, it was locked. I ran to the back, tried to open the back hatch, and he threw it in reverse, tried to run over me, crashed into a bunch of cars.
To remind you, that's his truck that animal thug stole. Got back in his truck, trying to run him over to get away.
Kroger parking lot.
Hubbard said his wife called 911 immediately after reporting their vehicle stolen. According to the affidavit, suspect Thaddeus Richardson's ankle monitor pings matched the location of the vehicle driving northbound to Garrison. Nacogdoches County Sheriff's Jason Bridges says several agencies were involved in the pursuit. The vehicle was stopped after spike strips were put in place. Richardson ran off into a wooden area. He was then arrested by Shelby County deputies after being spotted driving in another stolen vehicle.
Bailed out of the vehicle while the officers was giving him commands. They chased him for a short distance and the taser was deployed.
The Hubbard said they discovered their apartment was rampaged through.
He came in and the dogs aren't in here and they're locked in the bedroom. And the second bedroom had been rifled through and
all the drawers.
He stole their truck and he found the police, and he ended up at their house when they weren't there, rambling through their stuff. Wrap your head around that.
Doors were open, everything was thrown all over the floor.
Allison Hubbard said no items of significance was taken, but she is now left with a nervous feeling in her own home.
your home is like your safe haven. So now knowing that an escaped felon was in our house messing with.
Who was it? Can we get a description? Tall, short, fat, skinny, black, white, maybe? Who? Chinese?
Our dogs, and I mean, in our life, it's just not a good feeling. You don't feel great in your own home.
Mariela Gonzalez, KTRE, East Texas News 9.
Now, Sheriff Bridges said Richardson.
Of course you knew who it was.
Gave a full confession admitting to the crimes, including the robbery that happened in Lufkin. Richardson faces 8 to 9 charges.
No police for him either, huh? No. The man steal your truck. You go to the grocery store. Tell your girl, hey, jokingly, hey, that's my truck. I think somebody got me for it last month. And ironically, it's your truck, because you notice the stickers. You see the Sun Man running off in your truck. Wow. You don't want police around for that. What about this? Let's see. Let's see if you bad guys. Let's see if you tough guys don't want police. Everybody stuff. Everybody. So the brazenness to steal your damn truck. I'd be damned, dog. Like, really? Gonna go grocery shopping in my shit?
A man is in custody tonight after allegedly stabbing a woman.
Okay, girl. Damn.
In the neck along the boardwalk at 3rd Avenue North in Myrtle.
Oh, hold on. What?
A man is in custody tonight after allegedly stabbing a woman in the neck along the boardwalk at 3rd Avenue North in Myrtle Beach. Since then, the suspect involved has been charged and identified. That victim, though, is still in the hospital. Our Samuel Shelton joins us out on the boardwalk now with new details on the story.
Rachel, that man is Rick Romick. He's charged with attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. These charges are alarming to business owners and residents, as safety is a top concern leading into the holiday weekend. With a busy weekend at the beach on the horizon, visitors and neighbors are making sure they stay on high alert, especially after a violent attack on the boardwalk this past weekend. These cameras led officers directly to the suspect, but some visitors, especially the ones who come
see Big Brother out
to Myrtle Beach every year, say they feel safer now than they did in the past years.
I'm a little concerned about the safety. I mean, I know the law enforcement, they do a good job here, and I'm proud of them. I mean, things has tightened up a little bit, and I feel safer now than what I did a couple years ago.
Oh, that right.
Mac Williams has been coming to Myrtle Beach for 30 years. While he doesn't live here, those who do, especially near the boardwalk, says they're used to seeing crimes take place here. They also agree, though, saying it's been better now than it had been.
It was horrible around here. I mean, they were doing everything in front of my house, on the street and everything.
Who is they? Who made it so horrible?
But however, since they've closed that and some of the Blake's Motel is not operating like it did last year, this street is much better.
Sylvia Shirley has been in the area over 50 years as a business owner. She says the rise of homelessness and panhandling concerns her.
People abusing your property and taking advantage of it is a real problem.
As the 4th of July weekend approaches, visitors are counting on officers to keep the crime at bay.
I feel safe for people coming down this time. A lot more law presence around, and I think they're aware of the situation and they're trying to get a handle on it. And I'd tell people to come.
As far as tours coming in town, I think you just have to be careful everywhere.
A spokesperson with Myrtle Beach Police.
At least she's trying to tell you, be careful everywhere.
Department tells me the safety of tours.
But who do I have to be careful? Like who? From who? Who I have to be aware of? Can I get an inkling of it? Maybe. Can you tell me who's y'all unsafe down here? 'Cause I know. I frequent Myrtle Beach a lot.
And the full-time residents is a priority. There will be more officers working this weekend.
No police for the man stabbed in the back of the neck, huh? No police for that. Man, y'all crazy as hell, man. I just want to know when everybody got so damn crazy. When everybody got so damn crazy. Yeah, we going live. Talk that shit. What about this, tough guy? What if this was your girl? Huh? What if this is your girl or your mama? What if this is your mama? Huh? I want to know what the tough guy gonna do then.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with yet another stranger attack in downtown Vancouver. This time, a young woman was sucker punched in the face. She was standing on a busy street around dinner time when the man seemed to come out of nowhere. Shannon Patterson leads us off tonight.
A female employee standing outside this Cambie Street business saw him coming. A man dressed all in black, a bandana over his face, walking aggressively.
So she decided to kind of just duck herself into our doorway while he passed, and as she...
No police around for that?
Reemerged to take a look up the streets to see what was, where he was off to or what have you. He leaned in and just one-punched a random lady, square in the eye socket.
Police say the victim, a 29-year-old woman, was simply standing on the street.
Out of nowhere, sucker punched her right in the face, hitting her in the eye, causing her to fall to the ground. He runs off, but luckily there were some witnesses in the area who got a good description of the suspect, but also came to her aid more importantly.
This surveillance camera on the building recorded the suspect moments before the unprovoked attack.
Not too much identifying other than a logo on the back of his hoodie. Everything else is basically black and gray, so tough to identify.
Police are hoping other surveillance cameras in this neighborhood got a shot of the suspect's face. So they've been canvassing here all day, looking for more footage.
And we'd love to get that out to the public because our number one goal right now is to get this person identified and arrested.
Whatever they can do to find this guy and get him off the street, they're working really hard at that right now.
The business owner says his thoughts are with the victim.
How do you deal with that? I don't know. It's that's really sad for her.
It is a little frightening for us and frightening for people to be walking down the street, minding their own business and having stuff like this happen.
Staff here are shaken that the latest stranger attack happened right outside their building.
We live in a beautiful city, and there's some bad things happening, but there's more good people than bad. So let's hang together and be aware and be safe.
Shannon Patterson, CTV News.
Okay. So the lady outside chilling on a lunch break, see the clown walking up, the clown still her in the face. That's what, and just the brazen just walks off like another day at the office, punch in your face. I walk off. You know, there you go. Who cares? They don't want police around, so I care. You get it? That's that. You can't get that. How you compete with that? Somebody that's gonna walk a girl in the face. You can't compete with that. See, they don't care about not going to jail. If you care about not going to jail, then you can compete with that.
Taking the stand was the Canadian Tire worker who was stabbed that day. Now, he said when Daniel Rintoul approached the guns counter, he noticed right away Rintoul's fingers on the trigger with the bear mace. He said to his coworker, "I think we're going to be in an S show." He asked Rintoul, "Can I help you?" Rintoul said, "Give me the guns." The worker asked, "Which ones would you like?" And that's when employees got hit with the bear spray. The worker then...
Oh, God, what the... What?
Rintoul's fingers on the trigger with the bear mace. He said to his coworker, "I think we're going to be in an S show." He asked Rintoul, "Can I help you?" Rintoul said, "Give me the guns." The worker asked, "Which ones would you like?" And that's when employees got hit with the bear spray. The worker then grabbed a rifle on the counter and struck Rintoul with it, hoping it would slow him down. Rintoul grabbed the rifle away, slashed the worker, and stabbed him twice in the back. Outside, the worker told us he couldn't let Rintoul get...
How about pulling your gun from behind you and shooting him? You're working the gun and knife store, sir. What the hell?
The guns, there were children inside the store. He also said there were near security
And they had to see his big ass get popped.
measures at the Canadian Tire, including alarms and plexiglass. A video interview of the elderly man who was held hostage was also played. The man said he got off the elevator and saw a pool of...
You want this around to come stop that?
blood and a man down. Another man shouted to get back downstairs. He was heading down the exit when he saw Rintoul coming down the escalator. Rintoul showed him the knife and told him to do what he said and he won't get hurt. Rintoul steered the hostage to an exit and let him go before the struggle with police. Outside, an officer was stabbed. Police opened fire and you could hear...
Uh-oh, here we go. They got him outside. They fighting with him.
Rintoul screaming repeatedly, "Finish me off."
Oh, that was a little knee. You got a little piece of, I like that. Go back. Go back. Let me see. Yeah. That's what I talk about. Yeah, you're gonna learn today, animal
Officer was
thug.
stabbed. Police opened fire, and you could hear Rintoul screaming repeatedly, "Finish me off." A customer that day testified and spoke about
Nah, ain't no finish you off. You just go get your ass beat.
the struggle with police.
They were struggling, like they were losing him. Like he was getting away. There was no doubt about it. He was getting away, and there was the potential of one of their guns there that if he got to that, I think we were all in a lot of trouble. Police officers were in trouble trying to secure him, And if he did get fully away, I think the rest of us that were standing up there, which is probably 20 or 30 people, were all in trouble.
On Wednesday, we'll be hearing from officers who responded to the scene. In Burnaby, Grace Key, Global News.
Big boy walked in and hit the job with the bear mace. Damn. Like, people getting crazy as hell out here, man. With a bear mace? Like, that's how you do it? Wow. That's crazy. Oh, man. Look at this guy. This guy. Look at this guy. Well, yeah, but people crazy as hell. That's all I can say, man. And I'm the problem for calling out this shit. Crazy. Let's see what the hell going on. Let's go.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A 35-year-old Vancouver man is now wanted Canada-wide for allegedly attacking a woman. This is breaking news tonight. And CTV News has learned he's the same man who stalked a young woman downtown last year. CTV's Mary Cranston is following this in the Breaking News Center. And Mary, this comes at a time when the government's facing a lot of heat on repeat offenders and random violence.
Yeah, Mi Jung, 35-year-old Mohammed Majapur has been charged with assault with a weapon for allegedly attacking a young Asian woman with a pole in downtown Vancouver on September 27th. VPD released this photo last week following the attack, and you may remember in March of last year when a young woman was followed by a man in Vancouver for almost an hour.
You see that? You don't want nobody to protect you from that? So on one hand, you got some people advocating for you not to have guns to protect you from this. You have another side, you have on that same side, even more radical nut jobs saying they don't want a man, they don't need a man, they don't need protection, they don't even want police. Let the criminals out so they can follow you and do this. Then who's going to protect you from this? And if I'm the Uncle Tom Coon sellout for calling it out and wanting to protect women and children, what do you call him?
Jamie Coots recorded the man stalking her on her phone.
You suck, dude.
We recently learned that that man is Majapur. Unrelated to the stalking incident, Majapur...
And don't underestimate how terrifying this is. A man in a mask, which is now normalized, following you around. Don't mismistake how terrifying that is.
Was charged with harassment, mischief, uttering threats, breaking and entering, and assault with a weapon. The court also heard he is addicted to heroin and needs proper treatment. He was sentenced to 1 year of probation in September 2021. If you see him, do not approach him. Call 911. And as you mentioned, Mi Jung, pressure is on the NDP government to act on repeat offenders and random violence. And the debate is now centered on whether the Attorney General can provide guidance to Crown lawyers that would see fewer accused criminals released back on the streets. Mi Jung?
What do we see on this channel all the time, ladies and gentlemen? What happens when you let violent criminals and animal thugs back out on the street without learning a lesson? What are they going to do? More violent crime. Duh. I mean, wow. It's not rocket science. I mean, this is the craziest shit ever. Look at this guy. The nut job. This is a real nut job right here. Amazing. You know, I don't know when the world got so weak, but guess what? It's a manhood station now, baby. I don't know when the world got so weak, but it's time for the manhood station, baby. Oh, I hit the wrong button on their ass again. I got a real job for y'all ass this time. Look at this guy. He's wilding out here.
37-year-old Curtis George McCallum arrested.
Let's see what Curtis did.
They didn't do anything yet.
For the second time in 5 weeks, 47-year-old Curtis George McCallum arrested and charged with mischief to property after a suspect was caught on video twice smashing the windows of this TD Bank on the edge of Gastown, causing tens of thousands of dollars in damage each time.
These guys are antisocial.
Business owner John Clarides started the Facebook group Vancouver Break-ins and Crime Collective after his store was hit with similar vandalism.
Our public safety is at risk, and this man
And I wonder who you voted for.
should not be released at all.
McCallum's criminal history dates back to 1992 in Edmonton, where in 2009 he was sentenced to 9 years in prison for manslaughter and aggravated assault in the Christmas Eve 2006 killing of his aunt and the stabbing of her common-law husband.
Wow. Out on bond for that? Really?
He needs to be incarcerated and treated with appropriately.
September's TD tear caused an estimated
Look at all that damage.
$70,000 in destruction. The bill for
And yes, he is an animal thug.
Wednesday's smash-up expected to be higher, given at least 20 windows were hit. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business says it all adds up to more financial stress for members already facing rising inflation.
And it's important to recognize that although businesses have insurance, they also need to pay that insurance as well. And definitely insurance costs are creeping up. All of it adds up that maybe perhaps some consumers may not realize when it comes to these type of vandalisms.
People are massively concerned about their public safety. We have to make our citizens safe, our businesses safe and productive, so we can have a real healthy city.
McCallum made a brief video appearance in downtown Community Court Friday and was remanded for a bail hearing Monday. Kristen Robinson, Global News.
$70,000 worth of damage to your business. And so, who are you going to call when somebody's outside your damn business doing that? That's what I want to know. If you don't want police around, if you don't want police, and you really crazy. $7,000 worth of debt. They don't want police around.
And good evening. Now we begin tonight in Lower Richland. That is where mothers across the Midlands came together to discuss solutions to reducing gun violence, especially among young people. News 19's Eleanor Tabone sat down with these moms who are fighting what they call a gun violence epidemic.
My son was a good child, a master diesel mechanic. He was finna go some places, get his family a better home.
Kwame Jones was killed on February 10th. 2018.
They shot my son in the chest and in the back of the head.
His mother, Ojetta Freeman, says 4 years later, she's still hurting.
And he was the most beautiful child that you can imagine. I love my son, and they took him away from me.
Beside Miss Freeman at the round table sat Whitney Adams, her son taken from her 2 months.
You see it. You see it. Hate y'all niggas, man.
Months ago.
Oh, they shot my son 6 times. Oh my God. They didn't have to shoot him 6 times, dog.
Tissues, drying the eyes of these grieving mothers.
My baby's not here with me. Her birthday was January 6th.
Her birthday, January 6th. You think she give a fuck about somebody running through the damn White House or the animal thug that took her baby? Y'all crazy as hell.
And she was killed January 15th.
Sons and daughters, all killed by bullets.
Come up with some solutions on how we can fix the gun violence epidemic that we have out here.
First, stop calling it gun violence. But the animal thug stop shooting and killing each other. And when you catch one, you lock his ass up forever. That's how you start to fix it.
Organised by Jermaine Johnson, the representative is grieving too.
Help me, please, Jesus. Oh, my God.
This round table aimed at finding solutions to stop the gun violence.
We've been in a state of emergency for a long time, losing our young people, losing innocent bystanders. And I think this kind of conversation could really spark some change.
The hurt also felt by those wearing a badge.
I was there when your son was killed. I had to come out to the scene when your daughter was killed. And it's tough, because I'm a parent first.
Remember these faces. They're the faces of the young people no longer with us.
We gotta do something. Mothers, we gotta do something, because they're killing our kids.
In Hopkins, Eleanor Tabone, News 19 WLTE.
No, it's not the mothers to a certain degree. It's the man. It's the animal thug. It's that evil heart or evil intentions to shoot a sophomore in the chest 6 times. A certified diesel mechanic providing for his family in the chest and in the back of the head. That's an animal. And he need to be put in the cage forever. And if I'm the Uncle Tom Coon sellout for calling that out, what the hell are they?